Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jocelyn, and for today's topic, I am going to provide you the latest update at the U.S. Embassy in Manila. There are services available to U.S. citizens such as emergency services and other non-emergency services. So before I discuss the latest processing updates for non-immigrant visas and immigrant visas, let me provide you the reason for the existence of U.S. embassies abroad. If you are a U.S. citizen living in the Philippines, the U.S. Embassy in Manila was established to serve your needs. So there are several services available for U.S. citizens living abroad. Some of these services are first emergency services. For example, you got arrested or you got involved in a crime or you became a victim of a crime. Other services are financial services. Also, there are legal and medical resources available to you. You can also avail of federal programs such as filing a tax return or collecting Social Security. Please take note that the U.S. Embassy in Manila does not provide walk-in services. So you must have an appointment to avail of a service if you are a U.S. citizen. Let's talk about the visa processing at the U.S. Embassy in Manila. Effective August 19 of 2024, the medical examination fees charged by St. Luke's Medical Center Extension Clinic related to U.S. immigrant visa applications will increase to 28,650 pesos for adults, and they mean 15 years old and older, and then 13,910 pesos for children 14 years old and below. It was also announced by St. Luke's that this was based on the new requirements from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which require IGRA testing for all U.S. applicants 2 years of age and older, and Gen Expert testing when necessary. Let's move on to the visa operations update. Please take note that the U.S. Embassy in Manila is prioritizing travelers with urgent travel needs. For example, if you're applying for a tourist visa and there is no urgency in getting the tourist visa, then you will not be in the priority list. Also, there are certain applicants of visas who are in critical categories, for example, temporary workers. So these are being prioritized when giving a visa. The U.S. Embassy in Manila provides all routine visa services. For some classes of visas, the wait times are substantial. The embassy continues to prioritize travelers with urgent needs and certain critical categories of visas. So later on in this video, I'm going to show you the categories of visas that are considered as critical. And then also there are travelers with urgent travel needs. The first priority are students and exchange visitors. The second priority are temporary employees. There are several categories of temporary employees. These are the categories. First, H-1B visa applicants. These are mostly from the healthcare or technology industries. Second, H-2B. These are for seasonal agricultural workers. And L visa applicants are for intra-company transferees. Also, another observation on the visa operations update is that the U.S. Embassy in Manila is no longer posting updates for documentarily qualified individuals in certain immigrant visa categories. So that means you won't be able to see any more updates in the U.S. Embassy website, but instead, you must go to the USCIS processing, and depending on the form that was filed on your behalf, then you can see the updates for that certain category of visa. Also, there are service locations abroad where the visa was received and being processed. So it will affect whether you will be given a visa faster or longer. So depending on the type of visa and also the service locations. So instead, you must go to the USCIS website and go to the processing to see the updates depending on the form that was filed on your behalf or depending on the petition. Last year, the Department of State has announced the global visa fee increase for U.S. tourist visas, which are B1 and B2. It is now $185 effective June 17 of 2023. So this was announced last year. There are eligibility requirements if you're applying for B1, B2 renewal. If you're applying as a first-time B1, B2 applicant and you have emergency travel needs, you can request for an expedited appointment. Also, you must schedule a regular appointment through the appointment system before requesting an expedited appointment for first-time applicants. For those who are renewing their B1, B2 visa, there is no expedited appointment scheduling, and there is a difference between first-time and renewal applicants. Let's move on to the visa wait times for non-immigrant visa. The visa wait times for non-immigrant visas, I noticed that they have indicated whether you are going to be required an interview or you will be entitled for the interview waiver. So let me explain the latest update for the visa wait times at the U.S. Embassy in Manila. For interview required students and exchange visitors, FMJ, 11 calendar days. For interview required temporary workers, 28 calendar days. For interview required CD and C1D, 11 calendar days. And for those applying for a first-time B1, B2 tourist visa, the wait time for an appointment is 87 calendar days. And then for interview waiver, it is only 1 calendar day. Let's talk about the latest visa bulletin. So the Department of State issues a monthly visa bulletin. If you wanted to know more about the information, you can check the Department of State's website. So the family-sponsored visas are F1, F2A, F2B, F3, and F4. So these are family preference visas, which means that there are allotted visas for each categories for each year. And then there are also other countries such as the all chargeability areas, except those listed. So there are other countries except China, India, Mexico, and Philippines. So these 4 countries, they are oversubscribed countries, which means that there are more visa applicants in these categories of family preference visas than there are visas that are available. So for Philippines, look at the different categories. F1, for example, it's March 12, 2001. And if your priority date is earlier than this date, you may now assemble the documents upon receipt of notification from the National Visa Center. So earlier dates than these dates, you can now get your documents ready. For the complete interpretation, you can check the Department of State's website for the explanation. If you are applying for a non-immigrant visa, there are interview waiver for certain visa categories. So depending if you are a first-time applicant or renewing a visa. So for all U.S. visa tourist applicants, first-time applicants for tourist visas, you will always need an interview. So you must schedule an interview online. For B1, B2 renewal or tourist visa renewal, so it depends on your eligibility. So if you are eligible for a renewal of a tourist visa, you don't need to appear for an interview, but still you must schedule an interview online just in case you were found out to be not eligible for the interview waiver. If you have any other questions or comments, please post them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Again, thank you guys for supporting my channel. And if you haven't liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. I always welcome new subscribers. Thank you guys for watching. I hope everyone is staying safe and have a great day.